You don't even have it anymore. Go ahead.
The increase of thy kine and the flocks of thy sheep.
The kine is a plural word for cattle. In other words, they talk about, a lot of times you'll see depictions, or I should say movies, that depict what took place when the Native Americans were being pushed off of their lands and on the reservation, and they show you about the slaughter of all the buffalo and all the taking of their cattle. So that's what it's talking about. Shall be the fruit. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy land, and the increase of thy kine, and the flock of thy sheep. Verse 19.
Verse 19. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
When it said cursed shalt thou be when thou, you know what the beautiful thing about it? Look at a lot of the people the Israelites, that seem to make it. Let's talk about athletes. You name one athlete that was born in the ghetto, made it, got famous, and then died and left something to hand back to their children. You can't name one. The greatest of the great, Jack Johnson, the boxer, Joe Louis, died penniless and broke. A lot of people are Muhammad Ali fans, but Muhammad Ali don't have no money. That's why he's still making cameo appearances in places. And if you think that's a blessing that where you can't even walk and talk and use the restroom on your own anymore, must have said, curse shall thou be when you're born broke. You're born in the ghettos and slums. You're born into a nation that's being oppressed by another nation of people. And before you die, if you've made it famous, you always hit rock bottom. Just go check out Richard. Look at what happened to Richard Pryor. Look how we watched on television Red Fox lose everything he had to the IRS. Look at it. Go trace where Joe Frazier is living right now. Just name any of the. Look at Mike Tyson. He was just on top just a couple of decades ago. Look at him now. What he just suffered a couple of days ago. The death of his daughter. When the Most High said, "Cursed shall thou be when I come in." In other words, you come in this condition. Some of you literally make it. What people call make it. You get famous through your athletic ability, through you being a comedian. But before you leave this earth, guaranteed, because of the curses, nobody can take any of it with them. But our people, don't even have it to hand down to the next generation. Our children inherit from us what we inherit from our forefathers, and that's poverty and oppression. Read on down, brother. I want you to hit verse, we're going to jump from there to verse 23.
Verse 23. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass.
When it says the heaven that's over your head shall be brass, go ahead.
And the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
In other words, it's telling you you're going to live a hard life. Today we express that by always saying things like we find ourselves between a rock and a hard place. The heaven above thee being brass and the earth beneath thee being iron. It's talking about the people whose life was going to be known for being a hard life. Go ahead.
Verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them.
Now this is what took place with us in Jerusalem. Just to give you know what's funny too, was I'd like to call your attention to a book that's called From Babylon to Timbuktu. And this is a gentleman by the name of Rudolph R. Windsor, who for the most part have traveled the world literally doing anthropological studies on the black cultures of the world. Now I'm going to show you what he has to say about the slave trade. Now, first you got the book, right? I want you to continue to read that verse. And then we're going to read this verse, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 25. Then we're going to read an excerpt out of this history book, okay? Go ahead.
Verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies.
This is a prophecy about how we would go out to battle. Now, what he's describing, this took place in Israel in 70 AD. The Romans destroyed our independent state. The state of Israel was destroyed in 70 AD. Okay, go ahead.
Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them.
In other words, we would go out to one way before them. In other words, we would go out as a unified army, and we'd flee 7 ways before them. That means we literally be scattered. We'd be defeated in battle. Go ahead.
Before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
And shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And if the camera person go and take it on the little part where you see the African diaspora, it shows you the pockets in which the Israelites were taken out of the continent of Africa, right here, excuse me, were taken out of Africa, what pockets of Africa we were taken out of, and where all the slave trade routes went. And I want you to read that verse again, okay?
Deuteronomy 28, verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them.
In other words, we went into battle against the Romans, go ahead.
And flee 7 ways before them.
Continue.
And shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
Now the time in which we were removed into all the kingdoms of the earth have been called the transatlantic slave trade, or the African diaspora. Now, like I said, we're not African people, we're Israelites. We're going to get some documents on that also. But the point is, the